Topic: Disorder of fluids and electrolyte and integrate by us potassium homeostasis. Definition: Electrolytes are minerals in the body that have an electrical charge. They are found in the blood, urine, tissues, and other body fluids.
Greetings, my fellow nurses. Welcome to the Nursing Affiliated channel. Let's talk about fluids and electrolytes. So we're going to talk about the five main most important electrolytes. First, we have sodium, we have potassium, we have magnesium, we have calcium, we actually have phosphate and chloride. Those are actually six, but still those are important. So those electrolytes and fluids and electrolytes are very important. We have to have a balance for it, right? We transport nutrients to our cells. We also transport from out of the cells. The way we get them inside of our body is three certain ways. Drinking water, of course, right? The other second way is IV therapy, get it through our IVs, boom, gets in our intravascular compartment. Third way is through our gut. If we have an NG tube, OG tube, whatever, it goes into our gut. That's the way to get fluids in. The way to get fluids out would be a certain amount of ways. We sweat it when we run, so we were diaphoretic. From our lungs, we're losing fluids also. Our kidneys help filtrate, right? So to go to the bathroom, we go pee. And another way is drainage. If we have an incision, chest tube, whatever, that's going to be draining. Or also in our pleural space. That's how we lose fluids. So we're going to talk about the fluids and electrolytes. The way I remembered it was 60, 40, 20. Okay? So our water and our body weight is basically 60%. That's a lot. 40% of it is the intracellular space, so it's in the cell. 20% of it is in the extracellular space. The extracellular space is going to be where it's the intravascular, or it's going to be in the interstitial area. That's kind of where the 20% of the fluid is. So very important, remember that, guys. So the tonicity, which is basically the concentration of the fluid, is very important. There's three types of, I guess you could say, fluids and electrolytes that we learned. The three different types of solutions. We have hypertonic, hypotonic, and isotonic. So the very first important one is hyper. So what do you guys think about when you hear the word hyper? Someone running all over the place, ADHD. Me when I was a kid. So it's very important to remember that, because hyper, the way I remembered it was the cell actually is sucked all the fluid out of it into the extracellular space. So the way I remembered it was, if someone's hyper, the cell becomes smaller. When you run, look at the marathon runner compared to someone who sprints once in a while. Marathon runner is very, very slim. So hypertonic solution is where the fluid and the particles are actually sucked out from the cell into the extracellular space. So that's how I remembered it. And let's talk to the next one. Next one's going to be isotonic solution. Isotonic is very, very basic. Iso is the same particles in the extracellular space in the cellular space. They're the same, balanced, which is pretty nice. You can't forget that, guys. So the third one is going to be hypotonic solution. Now, hypotonic is awesome. The way I remembered it was hippopotamus. They're big. Hypo, they're very swollen. They're big. So I remembered it as all the stuff, particles, and everything from the extracellular space is going into the cell. So it becomes very swollen, which leads to blowing up like a balloon, and it just fills up, causing edema. You've seen it before in lower extremities. It becomes edematous. So those are the very, very most important three types of solution, guys. Hypertonic, isotonic, and hypotonic. Hopefully I made it easy for you guys to remember. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and continue to follow me, guys. Love you guys, my fellow nurse brothers and nurse sisters. Peace.
Pros and cons. Pros: balance the amount of water in your body. Balance the acid base level of your body. Transport nutrients to your cell. Remove waste from your cell. Run your nerves, muscle, heart, and brain in the right way. Cons: hemorrhages, sepsis, loss or gastrointestinal fluids, skin loss or sodium associated with burn on sweating, kidney sodium loss.
Let's play a game of Where's Waldo, biochemistry style. I'm going to name off a substance and then see if you can figure out where it's found besides my examples. Calcium in milk, sodium and chloride in table salt, potassium in meat and dark greens. Some of you may be shouting at the screen and telling me they're also found in our blood and in our cells. Yes, they are. But they're also found in our urine. And sometimes that's a sign of serious disease you should be concerned about. Calcium and phosphate are substances found in milk, in our cells, in our blood, in our bones, and oh so many other places. They're very important little electrolytes involved in many things ranging from nerve signal conduction to muscle contraction. Without calcium and phosphorus, Waldo would have very little ability to move, talk, and would have very weak bones. If the levels of calcium or phosphorus excretion are found to be elevated in urine, then the first thing I want you to think about is hyperparathyroidism, a disease where excess parathyroid hormone is secreted. On the flip side, both calcium and phosphate may be lower than normal in urine in cases of the exact opposite of hyperparathyroidism, hypoparathyroidism, which is an underactive parathyroid gland. Other causes for increased urine calcium and phosphate excretion include hypervitaminosis D, or an excess of vitamin D.
Application in nursing. Parent evaluation, anamnesis, correct illness and usury, balanced usury expense, loose concurred by urinate, vomit, fecal profuse, shewarding, income contribution, characteristic of the liquids provided, tip or solution, rate of infusion.
The importance of stable electrolyte balances in our bodies. Electrolytes are minerals in the body that have electrical charges. They are important because they have the capability of conducting electricity within the cells, especially the nerves, heart, and muscle cells. They maintain the voltages across their cell membrane and carry electrical impulses from one cell to another. Electrolytes also regulate the fluid balance and hormone production, strengthen skeletal structures, and act as catalysts in nerve responses, muscle contraction, and help with metabolism of nutrients. Electrolytes can be positively charged, which are called cations, or negatively charged, which are called anions. Electrolytes include calcium, chloride, magnesium, phosphate, potassium, and sodium. The fluid in the different compartments, both intracellular and extracellular, contains electrolytes. Each compartment has a particular composition of electrolytes, which differ from that of the other compartment. The concentration of electrolytes in the body is controlled by a variety of hormones, most of which are produced in the kidney and adrenal glands. It is extremely important for the electrolytes in the body to stay in balance so the body can function smoothly. If the balance is altered, it creates a threat to several body systems, including the cardiovascular, gastrointestinal, and central nervous system.
Insult appeared in Ecuador. Dehydration is one of the main causes of morbidity and mortality in pediatrics around the world. Along with diarrhea, disease accounts for 40% to 30% of deaths worldwide among infants and children.
What are electrolytes? Electrolytes are ionic minerals, which mean that they are minerals that have a positive or negative electrical charge. The three main electrolyte minerals are sodium, potassium, and chloride. Sodium helps regulate blood pressure and aid in nerve impulses and muscle contractions. Potassium helps regulate heartbeat, muscle and nerve cell functions, and helps maintain a healthy blood pH level. Chloride's main function is to help with fluid balance in the body. Your kidneys, along with several hormones, regulate electrolyte levels. Electrolytes are lost through sweat, urine, and feces. For people exercising more than 60 minutes, electrolyte loss can sometimes be a concern. However, in most people, electrolyte deficiency is rare. Many sports drinks are high in electrolytes, but they usually contain large amounts of added sugar or artificial sweeteners. A great way to replenish electrolytes is by consuming them through foods. Bananas, spinach, and avocados are high in potassium. Sodium and chloride, or salt, is added to many foods such as sauces and soups, making their replenishment easy to achieve. And that is the basics on electrolytes.
Conclusion: electrolyte disturbances can arise from an excess or absolute defect of the red and normal body water level, or a relative excess or defects because the body water level has increased or decreased by therefore a situation that generates an imbalance between the inflow and outflows or water and electrolytes will cause electrolyte alteration.
Please subscribe to our channel, Insight, for more updates. The role of electrolytes. Calcium. Calcium helps with muscle contractions, nerve signaling, blood clotting, cell division, and forming bones and teeth. Potassium. Potassium keeps blood pressure levels stable, regulates heart contractions and helps with muscle functions. Magnesium. Magnesium helps in muscle contractions, proper heart rhythms, nerve functioning, bone building and strength, reducing anxiety, digestion, and keeping a stable protein fluid balance. Sodium. Sodium helps in maintain fluid balance, needed for muscle contractions, and helps with nerve signaling. Chloride. Chloride maintains fluid balance. Signs of an electrolyte imbalance. Changes in heartbeat. Muscle spasms. Digestive issues. Bone pains. Anxiety. Confusion. Dizziness. Irritability. Thank you for watching this video.